Welcome to the Copperfield Electric Podcast.
Hello there.
This is the deep dive, and if you're joining us for the first time, our mission here is pretty simple.
Yeah, we take your sources, your articles, all that research.
And we basically pull out the most important insights. We give you a real shortcut to being, well, truly well-informed.
Exactly. We aim for those, aha moments.
Right, with just enough humor and maybe some surprising facts to keep you hooked.
And today we are doing a deep dive into a topic that's honestly absolutely crucial for homeowners, especially if you're thinking about selling your property. The topic is when to replace your home electrical panel before selling.
Okay.
We're really going to unpack how upgrading that electrical panel can significantly boost, well, not just the safety of your home,
Right.
but also its compliance with modern codes and maybe most crucially, buyer confidence.
Yeah, that confidence piece is huge.
It is. It's often an overlooked component, tucked away, but it plays such a vital role.
Absolutely. And guiding us through this vital info today is an expert from Copperfield Electric.
Happy to be here.
They're a family-owned business, a 24-hour electrician based right here in Orange County.
That's right.
And they're truly dedicated to providing top-quality electrical services.
We try our best.
And for those of you listening in Southern California, particularly Orange County, places like Irvine, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Costa Mesa,
Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, Mission Viejo.
and all the surrounding areas, Copperfield Electric proudly serves you.
Yep, we cover that whole region.
And importantly, they're fully licensed, bonded, and insured. The license number is #1094740, so you get that essential peace of mind.
Absolutely key in this line of work.
Okay, let's unpack this then. From a seller's perspective, why is the electrical panel such a big deal? I mean, for buyers and inspectors, when a home is on the market,
Right.
it seems like such a hidden, behind-the-scenes thing compared to, say, a shiny new kitchen.
It's an excellent point because it is hidden, but it's foundational.
Foundational.
Yeah. Think of the electrical panel as like the heart of your home's entire electrical system. It's where all the power comes in and then gets safely distributed out to every light, every outlet, every appliance.
Gotcha.
So if you have an old fuse box or maybe just a panel that simply doesn't meet current safety standards, it's not just an inconvenience. It can lead to a whole host of significant and potentially expensive problems.
Like what specifically?
Well, we're talking about everything from, flickering lights, frequently tripped circuit breakers. Those are the annoying ones.
Yeah.
But it can escalate to, in the worst case scenario, serious electrical fires.
Oh, okay.
And professional inspectors and, frankly, savvy buyers, they know this.
They look for it.
They do. In fact, many real estate agents will tell you the electrical system is one of the first things a diligent buyer's inspector will scrutinize.
Oh, okay.
So upgrading that panel before you sell means you're presenting a home that's demonstrably safe, it's up to code, and it's just inherently far more appealing because it removes a major potential red flag before it even pops up.
So it really speaks volumes about the home's overall condition.
Exactly. And the seller's commitment to maintenance.
So it's not just fixing a problem, it's like signaling peace of mind to a potential buyer. That makes a lot of sense.
Precisely.
But for someone who's maybe lived in their home for years, how do they even know if their electrical panel needs this kind of attention? What are the tangible signs listeners should be looking for?
That's a great question because, sometimes these issues can start pretty subtly.
Right.
One of the clearest and probably most common signs is frequent breaker trips.
Okay.
If you find yourself constantly heading to the garage or the basement to reset a breaker, especially when you're just running a few normal appliances, like you haven't plugged in anything crazy.
Yeah, just everyday stuff.
That's a pretty strong indicator that your panel is overloaded. It's struggling to handle your home's electrical demand. It's essentially telling you, I've had enough.
So if I'm just trying to run the microwave and, I don't know, the hair dryers at the same time and the lights go out, that's definitely a red flag, not just, an overzealous coffee machine.
Exactly. That's a classic sign of being undersized or overloaded. Another common sign is flickering lights,
Okay.
particularly if it happens across multiple rooms or it seems kind of unrelated to a specific appliance turning on or off. This could point to loose wiring, maybe corroded connections inside the panel, or simply insufficient capacity. It's not just annoying. It can be a symptom of a deeper, more concerning issue.
Right.
And then there are the more urgent, frankly kind of terrifying warnings. Burn marks or a burning smell coming from the panel itself, or maybe even from outlets.
Oh, wow.
This is an immediate, serious fire hazard. It requires immediate attention from a licensed electrician. You absolutely should not ignore that for even a moment.
That sounds incredibly serious. What about things that aren't so obvious, like maybe internal issues with the panel itself?
Right.
Good point. If you open your electrical panel, and, always do this with extreme caution, ideally have an electrician present if you're not comfortable,
Good advice.
and you see rust or corrosion inside, that often indicates moisture damage.
Ah,
Moisture and electricity are, as you can imagine, a really dangerous combination. This can severely compromise the integrity and safety of the entire system.
makes sense.
Also, just the presence of an old-fashioned fuse box instead of modern circuit breakers is a clear sign that your system is outdated.
Okay, so if you see fuses, it's time to think upgrade.
Pretty much, yes. Fuse boxes are simply not designed for the electrical demands and, frankly, the safety expectations of contemporary homes. They really need replacement to meet modern standards.
And what about just plain old age? I mean, do these panels have a shelf life, or can they just last indefinitely if they look okay?
No, they absolutely have a shelf life. Generally, panels that are more than 25 to 40 years old,
Okay.
or those that simply fail to meet current electrical code requirements, are strong candidates for replacement. And codes change,
They
right?
do. They get updated for safety. Plus, think about how much our electrical demands have changed over the decades.
Totally.
In the 70s or 80s, homes weren't built thinking about multiple flat-screen TVs, high-powered gaming consoles, maybe a home office with several computers, or even EV chargers.
Right, EV chargers are a big one now.
A huge one. Older homes panels might also just be significantly undersized for today's power needs, even without adding anything new. All
Yeah.
our modern appliances and smart tech add up.
So it might seem like a if it ain't broke, don't fix it situation.
Yeah, people think that.
But the reality is that an old panel might be a hidden sort of ticking time bomb waiting for a new homeowner to plug in all their modern tech.
That's a good way to put it. So if you observe any of these signs we've talked about, my strongest recommendation, honestly, is to immediately have a licensed electrician inspect the panel.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. It's truly not something to DIY or put off.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Beyond just fixing problems and, addressing safety concerns, how does an electrical panel upgrade actually provide a strategic advantage in the sales process itself?
Right.
What's the tangible return on investment, the ROI, for a seller? Because let's face it, that's potentially a significant outlay of cash.
It is, and this is where it moves from being just a necessary repair to a genuinely strategic move. And it's something real estate professionals often advise on.
Okay.
An electrical panel upgrade significantly increases buyer confidence. Massively.
Let's go.
Well, when a potential buyer or their inspector sees a new up-to-code panel, they immediately recognize that this isn't a hidden problem they'll have to deal with after they buy the place.
Right, takes a worry off their plate.
Exactly. And this proactive approach can actually reduce the time the home sits on the market. We've seen instances where homes with documented electrical upgrades sell faster sometimes, maybe 10, 15% quicker, just because it removes a significant hurdle right away. It also helps ensure a smooth home inspection process. Imagine this. A modern circuit breaker panel isn't just about handling today's high-power appliances. It's about being ready for maybe a dedicated home office setup, new HVAC systems, and yes, those electric vehicles, which are becoming increasingly common.
Future-proofing, essentially.
Precisely. All of this while meeting updated safety standards, specifically the National Electrical Code, or NEC. That's the widely adopted blueprint for safe electrical installations across the country.
So it's kind of preventing headaches down the line for both the seller and the buyer. Almost like an insurance policy for the sale itself.
That's a perfect analogy. Exactly.
Okay.
Replacing your electrical panel proactively can prevent those awful last-minute delays in closing.
Nobody wants those.
Nobody. And they're often caused by unexpected inspection issues. Imagine being weeks into escrow, you're emotionally invested in the sale, everything's going smoothly, and then the inspection flags a major electrical concern. That can put everything on hold, lead to tense renegotiations about who pays for what, or even derail the entire sale.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare scenario.
It really can be. And
Yeah.
for older homes especially, this upgrade is vital not just for fire protection, but also to demonstrate to buyers that the seller has invested thoughtfully in the home's long-term safety and functionality.
So it sends a message.
It does. It says, hey, we've taken care of the big important stuff so you don't have to worry about it. That peace of mind is incredibly valuable to a buyer.
That makes perfect sense. But let's be honest, people are always thinking about the bottom line, right?
Of course.
What's the average cost for something like this? And how confident are we that it really pays off in the grand scheme of selling a house? Is it truly an investment or just another expense you have to eat into the profit?
It's absolutely an investment, and often a very worthwhile one. The average cost to replace an electrical panel box typically ranges from, let's say, $1,500 to $3,500.
Okay, that's a decent range.
It is a range, yeah, because the exact cost depends on several factors. Like the panel size, a 200 amp service will naturally cost more than upgrading a 100 amp panel, for instance.
Right.
Also, the specific labor rates in your area play a role, and critically, whether any additional rewiring is needed. Sometimes upgrading the panel itself reveals other smaller, maybe non-compliant things nearby that also need addressing to bring everything fully up to code.
Ah, so it can sometimes uncover other necessary fixes.
It can, yeah. It ensures the whole system connected to the panel is safe.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all price tag. But even at the low end, $1,500, that's a significant amount for a seller to consider.
Precisely. But here's why many sellers find it pays off. It helps you avoid those lengthy, often contentious repair negotiations later in the selling process.
Oh, the haggling phase.
Exactly. Buyers love to negotiate on perceived problems, and an old electrical panel is a major one. It signals potential future costs and, more importantly, safety risk to them. By addressing it up front, you make your home significantly more attractive. You reduce the reasons for buyers to ask for credits or price reductions, or in some cases, even just walk away entirely.
So it strengthens your negotiating position.
Absolutely. And in competitive markets, such an upgrade can even help justify a higher asking price because you're offering a truly move-in ready home with no major deferred maintenance on critical systems like electrical.
Makes sense.
It gives buyers that peace of mind and often means a faster, smoother sale, which ultimately maximizes your net profit and, just as importantly, minimizes your stress during the process.
Okay, so if someone is listening and thinking, all right, this sounds like something I probably need to do to sell my home, what are the practical, actionable steps? How do they ensure a seamless upgrade process? Where do they even begin?
Okay, great question. There are basically 4 key steps to ensure a smooth and successful upgrade. First, and this is the most important, you absolutely must hire a licensed electrician.
Non-negotiable first step.
Completely non-negotiable. This is crucial for ensuring your home's electrical system meets all safety standards and local codes. You need someone who knows what they're doing.
Right.
Companies like Copperfield Electric, for instance, they ensure their electricians are not only licensed and insured, which is baseline, but also thoroughly background checked. That gives you extra peace of mind and guarantees professional, code-compliant work.
So vetting your electrician carefully is step 1. What's next once you've found the right professional?
Okay, second, you need to work with them to choose the right size panel.
Size matters here.
It really does. This isn't just about your current electrical needs, but also thinking a bit about the future.
Oh, like we talked about before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you or is a potential buyer likely planning to add an electric vehicle charger down the line, more major appliances, maybe an accessory dwelling unit, an ADU?
Those granny flats or backyard cottages?
Yeah, those are increasingly popular and often come with significant electrical demands. You want a panel that can comfortably accommodate current use and potential future growth without being immediately strained.
Good thinking. What's step 3?
Third, get proper permits. Again, this is non-negotiable, and it's something a reputable electrician will always handle for you as part of the process.
So the homeowner doesn't usually have to worry about the permit paperwork.
Generally, no. The licensed contractor pulls the permits. They're required to ensure the work meets local and national electrical codes. This protects you as the homeowner and ensures the work is documented correctly and, most importantly, safe.
Okay. Licensed electrician, right size panel, permits. What's the final step?
And finally, number 4 is schedule the work early.
Don't leave it to the last minute.
Please don't. This is really vital to avoid any last-minute delays in your home sale timeline. You really don't want to be scrambling to get this major work done right before closing. That could potentially delay escrow or even cause you to lose a buyer who gets spooked by the 11th hour rush.
Yeah, timing is key in real estate.
Absolutely. Get it done well before you list, or at least very early in the process.
And this is exactly where a company like Copperfield Electric steps in, right? For listeners considering this upgrade, what does Copperfield Electric specifically offer to make this whole process easier and more reliable?
Well, Copperfield Electric is truly dedicated to providing reliable and, importantly, affordable electrical solutions across Orange County and Southern California.
Hmm.
Our expertise really spans all aspects of home electrical systems, so we can ensure a seamless upgrade process from the initial assessment right through to the final inspection.
So end-to-end service.
Exactly.
Correct.
We don't just specialize in these crucial panel upgrades, although that's a big part of what we do. We also handle other essential services people need today, like EV charger installations for homes and businesses,
Okay.
complex electrical troubleshooting, figuring out those mystery problems, new construction installations, including those ADUs we mentioned,
Right.
lighting repairs, and critically, we offer 247 emergency electrical services.
That's huge.
It is, because electrical problems don't conveniently happen only between 9 and 5. Sometimes, immediate attention is absolutely vital for safety.
No kidding.
Our team prides itself on competitive pricing, total honesty, no upselling unnecessary things, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee on our work.
That's great to hear.
And Rene Hernandez, the owner of Copperfield Electric, he's highlighted as a highly experienced electrician specializing in these very areas. He brings a really deep level of expertise and a personal commitment to customer satisfaction to every single job.
Excellent. So let's try to wrap this up. What does this all mean for you, the homeowner, especially if you're thinking about selling? It seems like deciding when to replace your home electrical panel before selling really boils down to three absolutely critical pillars.
Yeah, I think so.
Ensuring safety, first and foremost, guaranteeing compliance with modern codes, and significantly boosting that all-important buyer confidence.
That's spot on. I couldn't say it better. Whether your panel is obviously outdated, like an old fuse box, or maybe just clearly undersized for modern living, or even if it's just showing some of those subtle signs of wear and tear we discuss.
Right, the flickering or tripping.
Exactly. Addressing it proactively is just a powerful and frankly wise move. It protects your home, it prevents those dreaded inspection delays that can derail a sale, and ultimately it contributes to a much smoother, more successful sale. It basically takes a big potential headache off the table for both you and the buyer.
This raises an important question, I think, for all of us. We've talked a lot about the immediate benefit when you're selling your home.
Right, the transaction focus.
Yeah. But maybe we should consider the long-term peace of mind and, the enhanced functionality a modern electrical system provides for any homeowner, whether you're buying, selling, or staying put.
That's a really important point.
How does understanding your home's electrical heart empower you, even if you're not planning on moving right now?
Well, it truly empowers you to make informed decisions about your property's safety and its future capabilities.
Okay.
Knowing your electrical system is robust and up to date means you can confidently plan for those new appliances, maybe a home addition, or even just enjoy the simple reliability of consistent power without that nagging worry in the back of your mind.
Yeah, reliability is underrated.
It really is. It's fundamentally about investing in the foundation of your home's safety and usability.
So maybe take a moment, if you're listening, to consider your own home's electrical health. Are you noticing any of those signs we discussed today? The flickering lights, those breakers tripping maybe a little too often? Or perhaps you still have an old fuse box staring back at you.
Yeah, take a look next time you're near it.
For any electrical needs, big or small, remember that Copperfield Electric offers professional inspections and clear guidance to help you navigate these decisions. They can help ensure your home is ready, not just for today's electrical demands, but for tomorrow's as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're there to help you ensure your home's electrical system is not just safe, but also ready for whatever the future holds, electrically speaking.
Fantastic. Well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us. We look forward to exploring more complex topics with you again soon, right here on the Copperfield Electric Podcast.